What is up, crazy fam? Guys, listen up. After watching today's video, you're gonna be able to get through Apocalypse without any issues. This, honestly, in my humble opinion, is the overall best build in the game. And there's quite a few reasons for that. Number one, it's just easy to use. Number two, you have a lot of passive damage that is being dealt to bosses without you pretty much doing anything. And number three, you're gonna have crazy survivability. Now, some time ago, I uploaded a video where I killed the final boss Annihilation on Apocalypse difficulty without pretty much using my gun. That build was very similar to this one. However, this is gonna be even better both when it comes to DPS and survivability. So once again, if you're struggling with any boss in the game, this build will get you through. First, let's talk about our classes. We're gonna be combining the Engineer with the Summoner. This is a very powerful combo, guys. We're gonna be using the turret that is gonna be doing a lot of damage in combination with the Reaver Summon. The reason we're combining these two is because Engineer increases skill damage by 50% and skill critical chance by 10%, and our prime perk gives us the ability to give our turret unlimited ammo for 25 seconds, and on top of that, give it a 25% damage increase. And then with the help of the Summoner, we get an extra 35% increase in damage, both for mods and skills, which is absolutely huge because with this updated build, we're also going to be dealing tons of damage with our mods, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. For the armor, we're going to be using the Mark 1 armor, as you guys can see right here. Now, you all know that I absolutely love using heavy armor in combination with the bright steel ring, which means we can still use the fastest roll in the game, which is kind of crazy, to be honest. So there's no reason for you guys to not use heavy armor. The survivability it provides is next level. As you guys can see, we're at 381 armor, but on top of that, we're going to combine it with the Shielded Heart. On use, grants a shield for 100% of max health, lasts 20 seconds, or until shield is removed by damage, which means that this will give us another layer of survivability no matter which boss you're fighting. We're going to be using some mythic fragments, 10% skill damage, 10% elemental damage that will help us with our mods, as you will see here in a second, and plus 15% armor. Now let's quickly talk about the weapons. In the first slot, you guys can use whatever weapon you enjoy as long as you have a free mod slot. However, if you don't want to use Firestorm and want to use some other damage mods, go ahead and do that. The reason I like to use Firestorm is that it works really well with the whole idea of the build, which is to provide passive damage, meaning you just shoot the Firestorm once and it just does its thing in combination with the turret, with the summon. They're all just destroying the boss, dealing DPS. Meanwhile, you can focus on survivability. For the Mutator, we're going to be using the Feedback. Now, in our second slot, we're going to be utilizing the Star Shot. It comes with the mod Big Bang, which means that it gives us the ability to deal high damage with a single press of a button. And on top of that, when we combine it with Harmonizer, we increase the mod damage by 20%, which is huge. Now, since we're using Shielded Heart, a perfect combination for our build would be Ankh of Power. The build provides both survivability and high damage, right? Which means that we are going to be using our relic a lot in order to make it much easier for us to get through bosses. And that's when Ankh of Power comes in. If you're popping the shields often, that means that you're pretty much dealing 30% increase to all damage most of the time. For the rings, we're going to be using Burden of the Destroyer, decreases ideal range of firearms by 25%, increases all damage dealt by 15%. We're not going to be focused on that much firearm damage. We're going to be using the weapons for the mod damage, which makes this ring a very good pick. And we're going to be combining it with Soul Link. Summons the Lifesteal 5% of base damage dealt, which returns to the wearer as health. This on its own will easily keep you alive. Then we're going to be using Stone of Malevolence, which is going to help us with the mod uptime a lot. And finally, as mentioned, Bright Steel Ring. And the fact that you can get away from bosses so quick with this ring is what makes it S tier for me. You can change positions, get into safe spots, throw your Firestorm, use your Star Shot, keep rolling, keep staying alive, let the turret, the summon, the mod do its thing. For the traits, increased healing by 50%. I always run Kinship with this setup because I am going to be using Firestorm. We have Vigor and Spirit maxed out. Now, I do use Amplitude because I simply like the fact that Firestorm covers way more ground. However, if you don't want to run Amplitude, that's going to be up to you. We're going to max out Siphoner for even more survivability. And finally, Rugged to keep our summon alive. Once again, guys, I truly believe this is overall the best build in Remnant 2. And the reason I say that is because I've played through Apocalypse many times. And when it comes to the ease of use and getting through bosses this as easy as possible, this is the build for you. And if you think about it, it's pretty obvious why that is, right? We have tons of survivability and you have way more time to focus on staying alive, because 90% of the things that are in this build do the damage passively, which means that you can focus on rolling around, getting away from those boss attacks and so on. So yeah, if you guys are playing through Apocalypse and you're thinking, oh man, you know, I'm kind of stuck on this boss, I'm stuck on Annihilation, or maybe it's Venom, whatever boss it is, this build will help you out a ton. And once you do destroy those bosses, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. If you guys did enjoy the video, and only if you did, slap the like button, subscribe to the channel. And crazy fam, before I go, once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for the love and support. We're getting closer and closer to 30,000 subscribers. And the fact that I'm even talking about this is literally thanks to every single one of you guys. You guys are absolute legends. If you guys are interested in more build videos, I'm gonna drop the links to those in the description. More content is on the way, so stay tuned. As always, ladies and gents, never forget to share that positive energy all around. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
I mean, we literally have the best community of all time. Oh! Oh, he got no scoped!